Hey guys, this is Otakon back for another video, and I'm sure you're aware of all the happenings going on with the PS3 and Vita digital store. And while that whole thing was going on, I decided to move all my PS3 and Vita games out here to go through them, before they were going to shut down. Obviously, they're not now. And actually, it's not as many games as I thought. So all the PS3 games are now in these two shelves, and it's not even all PS3 games. There's some other stuff, and yeah, and these are all my Vita games. And there's actually, there's actually not as many. So that could be a good or bad thing. I mean, for me, I'm not a collector. Trying to just get the games that I want to play, and then if I don't like them, get rid of them. So this is not, this is pretty. I think I can get a handle on this now. Granted, I haven't played most of these games yet. I'm going through. I'll eventually get to them. Winding down my PS1 games, and I got a whole mother load of PS2 games, but I think I'm gonna skip that generation and focus on PS3 and Vita, for the patches and whatnot, because I do think that while they haven't shut it down, they went back on the decision now. It's going to be inevitable before they do eventually shut down. So, and I've also gotten rid of a bunch of games. Unfortunately, I probably should have waited, got a little bit more money. Basically, I had most of those really expensive games that are expensive now. I sold it a couple years back or last year for $10-20. I sold 3D Dot Game Heroes. I sold my copy of Puppeteer. I sold Best of PlayStation Volume 1, which, man, who would have imagined that would go for $80-90 now? It's crazy. I sold that one for $10. But yeah, I've been trying to convert most of my games to the Japanese version. I did have the English version of El Shaddai, which I sold. And then here's, the Japanese version, which is probably dirt cheap still. I mean, it's on Steam now anyway, or it's going to be. Now, here's thanks to Playongo, who sent this one to me, which is a Japanese version of 3D Dot Game Heroes. Again, not a big deal since I prefer to play them in Japanese. But it would have been nice to sell it for way more than what I sold it for. Anyway, here's some random PS4 games that I got semi-recently that I need to put somewhere. Got this visual novel for pretty cheap. Ended up picking Shenmue 3 because that was also pretty cheap. Ended up getting Conception Plus, even though it's censored. Probably because it's censored, it was dirt cheap. And, it came with these original soundtrack and pre-order bonus, even though I definitely did not pre-order it. And got this Shoujo Jigoku no Doguma Sume, and came with a little magnet. What else? This one I had gotten way back. Probably should have waited. It was a lot cheaper later on, but somehow it stuck here. And I also got Death Come True. Again, just one of these games that are cheap. And the sound actually came with the Blu-ray disc. Always nice to get a little bonus there. So, that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, which is my PS3 games and Vita games. So, yeah, this is a pretty good collection. Persona 4 here. Arena is, of course, the English version because this is literally the only game they actually implemented region locking, and they don't have a Japanese PS3 because it's region free, right? Anyway, so I also kind of recently was able to get the new Spider-Man game for the PS5. I said I wasn't going to get any PS5 games, but I eventually broke and paid $2,000 for a PS5 on eBay. You gotta do what you gotta do. So here's the Miles Morales. It was not cheap, but I got it for at least slightly less than buying it new. So I was also kind of on the lookout for Web of Shadows, but that one doesn't have any trophy support, so I think I'm gonna just give up on that one. That was another Spider-Man game that I picked up, which, yeah, these licensed games are getting kind of pricey. Edge of Time. I was thinking about getting kind of the movie adaptations, but I kind of decided, nah. Some games that I do still have that are going up in price, mostly because I intend on playing and haven't, is Splatterhouse here, and this one is complete. I probably need to try to clean up that sticker a little better, or swap it with another game when I'm done with it. What else? You know, I bought this one for, as you can see, for $9.99, and I've been wanting to get rid of it, but I also wanted to play it, and it's the platinum is like a bear. I'm not even gonna try it, tempt it. Now it's $40. It's insane. People have way too much money. I think even like this Killzone trilogy and the Resistance trilogy is going up in price. And I played through Resistance 1 and 2. I did not buy the trilogy because I bought the original and I was just trying to make room. You know, who knows what's next? Is it going to be like Condemned 2? Got this for $4.99. This one is on Steam and everything anyway. And then all the other games like Blur is like still dirt cheap. You can get it for $5 new, even though it's a pretty good game. And I think the online was still working last I checked. So we'll see how things go. You know, Silent Hill Downpour. So this one, a lot of the Silent Hill games I don't bother importing them. This one especially because I think it wasn't even made in Japan, and they all speak English anyway. Though I think recently I would prefer the puzzles to be in Japanese, but at this point, collecting Japanese copies of Silent Hill is not a fun endeavor, so I'm not going to be doing that. What else here? I was thinking of getting rid of Asher's Wrath, because this is again the English version. It's the English version because it has Japanese in it, and you know, before I cared about the cover, and DLC for the English version was on sale. So yeah, this one's gonna be a tricky one. I might part with it once I play through the DLC, and if it seems like it's worth my while. But yeah, who knows? It probably was time to be thinking about your PS3 collection last year. Here's Dante's Inferno. This one I can see probably going up as well. I mean, pretty much every English game that I haven't sold is going to be interesting to see what happens. You know, here's the Tomb Raider trilogy. Yeah, what else I got here? I also got, let's see here. I think that's about, oh, you know, who knows, like, this, Time Crisis, like, you know, these are fun arcade shooter games that you can play with your PlayStation Move. You never know if they're gonna go up in price. Yeah, and then I think the rest are. Oh, this one was interesting. Under Defeat HD. This one was really pricey for a while, and I think they started printing more copies, so now it's you know, reasonable price. But I think it is now. But you know, who knows when that'll change. Yeah, I think that just about does it for my PS3 collection. I mean, most of the English games I'm just planning on finishing before I get rid of them. I got Deadpool here, which is also on PS4. Yeah, so that's all my PS3 games. I'm not gonna go through each of them. A lot of them, have been ported to Steam, so thank goodness for that. I got rid of Ninja Gaiden Sigma 1 because it doesn't have any trophies, and they're coming out with a remake. And man, it is way too hard and frustrating for me anyway. So let's see, there's White Album, there's Ixahi Man, and then there's of course Okami, which, man, there's like so many versions of this on every console now. Though this is, this one comes with the manual, so I guess I could have got the fancy collector's edition for Switch or PS4, but just didn't feel like it. Onechan by Z. Yeah, I think this video has gone long enough. So that is my PS3 collection. Aqua Vampire. Oh, sorry, I don't know. It's Aqua Pazza. No more heroes, man. I made a good profit on the English version of this, and I like the Japanese version better. But it's got man, it's sun faded, so a little bit slightly annoyed at that. I'm not gonna buy another copy for that reason. That's a little bit excessive, so I'm just gonna live with that pink. But yeah, and then here's some of my Vita limited edition stuff. There's Sega Hard Girl. There's Clampool. A lot of these got super cheap, so I picked them up. Yeah, I really need to play these Trinity Universe and Cross Edge. So, alright, well, I think maybe in my next video I'll go through my Vita collection. So I moved half of my DS collection, which I was trying to, trim down, but they're still there. They're somewhere else. But yeah, this is every single one of my Vita games, except for like some of these big boxes that are scattered here and there. And they're not even that big. They're pretty small boxes. Like, this one here, Mortal Chronicle. Yeah, but sorry for all that moving, but this is, yeah, every single Vita game that I have. There's only like there's only one extra row of games. There's only 2 rows of games, and same here. Like I said, most of these in the back are also PS3 games. I was checking out White Knight Chronicles a couple of days ago. But yeah, and then these are also PS3 games. There's Nier, which they remade, so that one might be reasonable to obtain. Lollipop Chainsaw, Metal Gear, yeah, Rune Factory. So those 2 rows here, and then those 2 rows here. I don't know. It's less than I expected. I've been collecting PS3 a while, but it is quite a volume of games to go through. So I'm gonna focus on going through these guys and Vita for while these PSN stays up. So anyway, leave a comment if you guys are interested in checking out my Vita collection, and that will be all. Have a good day.